In the summer of 2008, Christine Walters, who was 23 years old and a junior at the University of Wisconsin, took a trip to Eureka, California. Her idea was to spend a summer there. She was spiritual, she liked yoga, she was in a botany class, and she was just very attracted to the Northern California lifestyle. But on November 14th, Christine was found standing on the doorstep of a home just 20 miles north of Eureka. Her feet were bloody. She was scratched from head to toe from briar. She was disoriented, and she said that demons were chasing her through the forest. And she said that somebody was following her, and she needed help. She was taken to a hospital where she was treated for her wounds, which were minor. They determined that she wasn't on drugs, and the police took her to a hotel in Red Lion. She called her parents. Her father wired her $1,000, but she didn't have any of her documents, her license or anything. Her mother made copies of everything she could and faxed it to her so that she could travel. When her parents still hadn't heard from her and she still hadn't returned home, they filed a missing persons report. Christine Walters has never been found. This is the mysterious disappearance of Christine Walters. If you're new to this channel, my name's Rikki Rockett. I play drums for Poison. But in my spare time, I like to check out urban legends, true crime, and ride my motorcycle. Consider subscribing. If you like it, hit the like button and turn on your notifications so that when I do upload new videos, you'll know that I did. Christine Lindsay Walters was born on the same day my birthday, August 8th, but only she was born in 1985. And she was a junior, like I said, at Wisconsin University. She studied plants, and she was very into spirituality. She loved yoga, and she just considered herself a spiritual person. She was a very easygoing, fun-loving individual. The communities in Northern California really appealed to Christine. They were in line with her sort of green headspace and her spirituality headspace. She really got along in that area. She kept in touch with her parents, but as November neared, she kept in touch less and less. Christine was found standing on a doorstep, completely naked, on Tompkins Hill Road, which is about 20 miles north of Arcata, near Eureka. And she was bloody, and she was freaked out. And she said that demons were chasing her through the forest. She begged the homeowner for help. The homeowner did call the police and an ambulance, and she was taken to a nearby hospital. She was confused and frightened and kept trying to convince everybody that she was being followed and somebody was after her. She came off very much like a hippie who may be on drugs, but they did some tests and they determined that she wasn't on anything at all. When her mom faxed her copies of her documents, she went to a nearby copy center, and on the camera she was identified and she looked very frightened and very confused, just not herself according to her parents. She clutched those documents very close to her as she just kind of ran out the door, and that was the last surveillance that anybody had seen on Christine. She failed to contact her parents in Deerfield, Wisconsin on the 17th when she was expected home. They just decided that they were going to call the police and report her missing. Christine would often leave her backpack at a place called the Green Life Revolution. This was a cult of some sort, as a lot of people have reported, but they said it was a spiritual center. That has long closed down. There were 2 locations, but there was one where she was reported at. But she often left her backpack there, and then she would go take walks. But she normally wouldn't take a 20-mile walk. There was a private investigator that got involved and found out that she had attended a tea party. Now, it's not the kind of tea party that you think about. This kind of a tea party was this spiritualistic cleansing. It's a combination of several different spiritual beliefs, and it's a type of shamanism, actually. And there are drugs involved. They actually had people standing by in case somebody kind of got too crazy or out of it, or maybe hurt themselves. That's how on the edge this tea party was. The Tea Party ceremonies are actually illegal in the United States. They're considered potentially dangerous because some people can have very adverse reactions to them and completely freak out, kind of like an LSD trip. The people who hold these ceremonies consider them cleansing ceremonies. This drug that is used, and I'm going to put it down below here because I can't pronounce it. I'm afraid I'm going to make a mess of it. Anyway, this is a drug that's used in this ceremony. They did speak to this shaman who seems to feel like she was dead for some reason. He doesn't really recall what happened to her. It was supposedly news to this guy that she took off. But this tea party was the last place that Christine Walters was ever seen at. And there were all kinds of theories about her, about what may have happened, that she could still be alive, and she could be still alive. And that's what makes this such a very interesting case to me. This whole area is considered Humboldt County, I believe, in Northern California, and there is a lot of mystery surrounding Humboldt County. In fact, Christine is part of the Humboldt Missing Five. The Humboldt Missing Five have several other women, but there are also men that have been missing. Some people have turned up, but a lot of people have never turned up. And there was one particular woman that her skull was found. This area also has been farmed for marijuana for years. And although that brings a lot of happy-go-lucky people, it brings a lot of people that are extremely greedy. And Netflix actually did something called Murder Mountain that was loosely based on the facts of that Humboldt area, because there's been so many people missing over the years. Everything that sort of surrounds her that sort of seems very plausible that she could be alive. There was a man that was questioned whose girlfriend actually went missing as well. And his name is, oddly enough, Jim Jones, not the one that was the cult leader. But this guy they could never finger for any murders because there just wasn't enough on this guy. So he's been a person of interest since 2008. I did a little investigation and found out that Christine had a MySpace page, and that MySpace page still exists. The Facebook page she has, I don't know whether she created it or a friend did for her, but that also has a lot of people on it besides her. And I looked for some of these people, and some of these people are still in Northern California and are still involved in this type of lifestyle. But I don't know whether they were questioned. I contacted Christine's mom on Facebook, who seems like a very nice woman, who is determined to never give up the fight to try to find Christine. They've offered reward, been police officers that have been extremely dedicated to trying to find her, as some of the other missing five of Humboldt. Although the one girl, they believe they found at least her skull. Is there a serial killer lurking in the Humboldt region, in the Eureka area, Murder Mountain, for something other than marijuana, just for the pure pleasure? Because almost all these women look very similar: blonde hair, light eyes, light blue or green eyes. It just seems a little odd. If anybody knows anything about this, please leave a comment down below. Take care of each other. Keep rock alive.